The House of Representatives is still on their spring recess. They've got at least another week of it before they come back and then immediately have to deal with the chaos that Marjorie Taylor Greene plunged the Republican Party into right before they went on vacation last Friday. And that, of course, is when she filed the motion to vacate the speakership, effectively saying, Mike Johnson, I don't want you to be speaker because you didn't shut down the government like I wanted you to. And Republicans, including Greene's former friend Matt Gaetz, have come out this week and said this is an idiot idea, right? This is the dumbest thing we've ever seen. We're going to end up with Hakeem Jeffries, a Democrat, as the Speaker of the House because our Republican majority is so small. Republican pundits and former lawmakers have been all over conservative media this week, whining and crying about what Marjorie Taylor Greene has done. But Greene fully understands what she's doing, and she made it clear this week that she will not take any of the blame if we end up with a Democrat Speaker of the House. Here is what Marjorie Taylor Greene said this week, appearing on Real America's Voice. It's just a simple math. The more Republicans like Mike Gallagher that resign and leave early, guess what? That means we have less Republicans in the House. So every time a Mike Gallagher or a Ken Buck leaves early, that brings our numbers down and brings us dangerously closer to being in the minority. It's not Marjorie Taylor Greene that is saying the inconvenient truth and forcing everyone to wake up and realize Republican voters are done with us doing this kind of crap that we did last week. I am not going to be responsible for Hakeem Jeffries being Speaker of the House. I am not going to be responsible for a Democratic majority taking over our Republican majority that lies squarely, rarely on the shoulders of these Republicans that are leaving early because they don't have the intestinal fortitude to handle the real fight and the responsibility that comes with leadership and the end of our republic when our country is nearly destroyed. Whew, God bless. I mean, it's always like gloom and doom with these people, right? Like our country is just totally being destroyed, right? You walk down the street, you're like, my God, everything is falling apart. Everything is horrible. This is the worst place I've ever seen in my life. There are places that are in bad shape. Sure. Yeah. And we have disasters in this country. We had one this week. But that is definitely not President Biden's fault. And he is not causing the country to fall apart. But that point aside, Marjorie Taylor Greene is sitting here telling us that, hey, I knew these people were leaving. I did this anyway, plunged us into the chaos, but hey, don't blame me, blame the people that left. That makes no sense because you're whining that they left and that you may not have the majority, but you filed your motion to vacate after those people left, or at least announced they were leaving. So you had all of the available information and you still made a stupid decision for your party. But I don't think she deserves 100% of the blame. I talked about this earlier in the week. Newt Gingrich talked about this earlier in the week. Marjorie Taylor Greene is simply acting the way that her fellow Republicans have acted over the past year, specifically Matt Gaetz himself. Matt Gaetz put the Republicans on this path of stupidity, and Marjorie Taylor Greene has just taken over as the leader. She didn't put you on this path. But by God, she is going to continue following it. So blame the person who put you there. And that person, of course, is Matt Gaetz. But overall, and this is the big point that everybody needs to understand, like, why do these Republicans do these stupid things? Because you got to look at the Republicans who do the stupidest things. The Republicans out there acting like total morons, tanking their own party, which thank you for that, by the way, if I haven't said that yet. They're in safe red districts. So to them, it doesn't matter if they have the majority or if they're in the minority. They're going to keep their jobs, right? Matt Gaetz is not going to lose his election in this district. Marjorie Taylor Greene is not going to lose her election in her district. Jim Jordan is not going to lose his election in his district. Those are safe red districts, which gives these people the cover to be as crazy as possible. So they can hurt every other Republican running for office. That doesn't matter to them. Because this time next year, Marjorie Taylor Greene will still have a job in Congress. Gaetz will likely still have a job in Congress. Jordan will. Doesn't matter if they're majority or minority. They will still have their jobs so they can do all the crazy stuff that they want.